Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a massive wave of low rewarding applications being released lately, so I thought I'd check back on some of the heavy hitters, see if they're actually still worth the time and effort. I hope you enjoy. Starting off, we have MoneyTime. Now, MoneyTime's been around for a very long time, everyone, okay? It's not a new app by any means, and they've had some recent updates, as you can see. They've rolled out a daily streak system, at least here in Australia. It's probably been around in your country for a while. You can, of course, also watch an ad to double that reward. Now, you'll notice that the actual layout of MoneyTime has changed a lot as well. They have their progress bar really laid out nice and clear here, okay? My goal in Australia is for 300,000 of that currency to try and get, apparently, the maximum reward. It also shows your balance there. I have $2.67 in my balance right now. And they've actually highlighted the top rewarding applications that they feature on the app on the home page. They've placed the watch a video to earn currency right at the bottom there. If you switch over to the games tab, you'll get access to all the games available on the platform, which is actually pretty neat because you'll see here they have rolled out a whole bunch of new games. In my opinion, each of these has a completely different reward rate, so please always remember, different games are going to give you a different outcome. But in my opinion, they want you to try and play as many of these as possible in the 3-hour time span. From an offer wall point of view, guys, they have offers willing to give tens, if not hundreds of millions of the coins. The only issue I find with this system is that you have no idea what you're actually going to get until you complete the offer, and the 3-hour timer runs out, which really frustrates me. I don't know why they don't just give a true dollar amount here for the offer wall at least, but that's just my opinion. So I started my test off at the 10,000 of the currency. I generated 1 million of the currency, and before this test I was on $2.37, and after that timer ran out, the million of the currency converted into an extra 30 cents. Now I swapped between 3 different games, everyone, over the span of 30 minutes each. That was an hour and a half worth of playing games, only generated 30 cents worth of PayPal currency here in Australia for myself. In fact, the most sad part of this is that this is actually on the higher end of what's going around these days when it comes to prices with these play to earn type of applications. Mind you, I'm in Australia obviously, so your experience could be completely different in your country, but from what I went through, I'm looking at like 19 cents per hour if I'm lucky. I will say though, the last time I did withdraw on MoneyTime, it did arrive to my account straight away, so that was nice to see. I am curious to know how MoneyTime behaves in your own country, so please let me know in the comments section, by the way. So that's my updated review on MoneyTime, everyone. It's definitely gone down in reward rate here in Australia. Let's move on. Just quickly, everyone, if you enjoyed what I do here on YouTube every single week, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys are absolutely incredible out there. I'm hoping for some better platforms to be released this year. We'll see what happens. Either way, I'll keep reviewing what I find. Thanks for watching. Next up, we have FreeCash, which has had some massive updates. So everyone, this is what FreeCash looks like these days, okay? Generally, when you launch it up, it's going to try and get you to start an offer off straight away before you can progress. To be fair, the prices on these offers are actually pretty decent. Like, here's a Call of Dragons one for $225 supposedly, one for $1,100, and one for $769. Now, granted, you can imagine how difficult these would be to complete, okay? In my opinion, FreeCash has really prioritized offer wall completions now. Like, they're willing to give rewards for even installing the application. There's limited time rewards. They have a lottery system, and then they have their main rewards, which is just a progression throughout the offer itself. And now that that's done, everyone, you can see here that the layout is essentially the same, what we've dealt with in the past with FreeCash. Not too many changes here. You still got your balance at the top of the screen. You'll notice that I have $41.05, as well as there's a streak system, obviously, still there. They have the recommended for you area where you can cycle through the apps that FreeCash thinks that you'll enjoy. They have their gaming offers selection, other offers, featured surveys, and of course their many offer walls. Even when it comes to surveys, they do have quite a bit of selection here, which is great to see again, as I do enjoy completing surveys. And don't get me wrong, surveys are extremely boring, and don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise, okay? Breaking down their game offers, at least in my opinion, they have some of the highest rates on the market by far here in Australia. Again, there's no guarantee you're actually going to be able to complete a majority of these offers, to be fair. Now, with these survey prices, everyone, I have to say FreeCash really does have some of the highest rates for surveys right now. Like, look at these rates, guys. A $6.13 survey for 13 minutes of time. A $5.20 survey for 12 minutes of time. And then it just keeps on going and going and going. This is exactly what you want to see for a rewards platform. As always though, everyone, on the other side of that, remember, surveys have disqualifications, screen outs, they glitch out a lot, so you may complete a survey all the way through and then it disqualifies you or just simply doesn't give you the reward and bugs out. It's happened to me numerous times throughout the years, so always keep your guard up with surveys. Again, these are my own rates in Australia. So in regards to their withdrawal system, everyone, they've cut back a lot over the years in my opinion with the options available, alright? But they still do have the main ones, with the majority of them being around $5 to $10 minimum in my country. The cryptocurrencies are relatively low, to be fair, here in Australia. Virtual Visa's $5, Apple's 10, Amazon's 5, Google Play's 10, and PayPal is 5. Now, when it comes to the actual withdrawing process, you're going to be very lucky to not be asked for identification, okay? They just straight up want to see the ID now. I'm assuming it's because there's been a lot of fraud on the platform potentially, so they're trying to stop it. That seems to be how it is now with FreeCash, and I don't think they're going to be changing that anytime soon. To be fair, I get it because of the rates they have on the platform, but I know a lot of people are going to be annoyed by this. But let's just say you do get through those hurdles. In my experience, FreeCash has delivered on their cash outs, and usually within about 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Again, here in Australia and in my own point of view. Funny enough, I'm actually dealing with an issue right now on FreeCash, trying to get their support to help, but not really having too much luck. So I'll give you guys an update on that later on in the month. So that's my review on FreeCash these days, everyone. Completely up to you what you want to do with that information, but at least now you know what's going on. Let's move on. Next, I want to talk about Gem Racer Pixel prizes quickly. So everyone, we're at the end of almost another month of the Super Gem tournament on Gem Racer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this here is my little Discord community application, where all you do is drive endlessly while picking up gems, trophies, and of course Super Gems while avoiding the hazards. There's a Super Gem right now. You can also use abilities as well to help protect you and get you much further in the game. Now there is a leaderboard system where the top 3 users will actually have a chance to get their hands on the rewards on the screen at the moment, depending on their position on the leaderboard. Just remember, you can convert your trophies into Super Gems, so if you want to compete before the month's over and think you can beat the top 3 leaders right now, jump on and become the Super Gem champion for the month. Next up, we have JustPlay. So this is JustPlay these days, everyone. They are really trying to push their promotions and challenges. You'll notice here that they're claiming there's an August bonus going on where apparently you can get up to $3,000, which, again, take that with the biggest grain of salt possible. Now, they do have this boosted system implemented here in Australia. I found that on some of their games, everyone, that you can actually watch ads to get that extra reward bonus, which is pretty interesting that they've actually added this feature. Now, I did test it for today's video, and the outcome was, let's just say, a little bit disappointing. I'll go into that in a second. But for now, this is how it looks. We do have a Tapjoy offer wall, by the way, which is apparently claiming 150% more payouts, which again, take that with a grain of salt. But I will say that JustPlay has so many games now, and the more that you actually use JustPlay, the more games become available. So please also keep that in mind, okay? Not every game is equal though. Just like MoneyTime, everyone, it all runs on the same concept. Essentially, there's the loyalty coins you generate by playing games, and at the end of the 3 hours, it converts into currency. I'm sure you guys understand how JustPlay works. In regards to their challenge system, everyone, I realistically think this is a way just for them to get you to play different games on the apps in the hopes of obviously generating more ad revenue because you're switching between the game, which is fair enough all in all. But with all the promotion talk and everything you see on the advertising, you'd expect a lot more than what you're gonna get, alright? Now, in regards to the Tapjoy offer wall, on JustPlay, you never know what you're gonna get at the end of completing an offer, okay? It converts into the coin-based currency, which, as you know, who knows what that's actually going to be. Now, I want you guys to do me a favor. If you've ever completed an offer on JustPlay, let me know what you get in your country for the amount of coins that you're promised, alright? I'm very curious, as I know it changes depending on country. So everyone, for this test, I started off with 2 cents in my balance. I then completed the challenge to play 8 different games and got 64 cents in return. Now, mind you, that took around an hour and 30 minutes of non-stop challenge runs, by the way. Then after that, I generated 833,000 coins with another 1 hour and a half worth of gaming. And after that timer ran out, everyone, I only got 51 cents extra for a total of $1.17 for around 3 hours of gameplay. Now, in my opinion, that's pretty brutal. But funny enough, higher than the other play-to-earn apps on the market right now, in my opinion, here in Australia. Now, a big update to look out for on some of the games on JustPlay is this little boosted symbol, everyone. If you watch this advertisement, they're claiming they'll boost the loyalty coins you'll generate from playing the game for 3 minutes minutes or so. With JustPlay, everyone, and a majority of these applications, they change on a weekly basis when it comes to rates. But at least in my own experience, JustPlay has always come through for me throughout the years. I'm sure you guys have seen it many times on the channel, alright? And right now, I'm only getting 40 cents or so per hour from playing, which is definitely some of the lowest rates I've seen for JustPlay pretty much ever. So that's my review on JustPlay. Let me know in the comments what you can get by playing for 3 hours. I'd love to hear it. Let's move on. Next up, we have TopSurveys. So this is what TopSurveys looks like these days. Top of the screen, you have your account balance. You can see I have $5.52. Underneath that, we have our offers, and then we have our surveys. Now, the reason you're seeing TopSurveys on today's video is because these offerwall prices really need to be discussed here. I understand that rates will change on a weekly or even daily basis to some extent, but it seems like these rates here are pretty well hovering below the market standard here in Australia. I'm very curious to see what you'd get in your own country, but I have to say, everyone, we've definitely seen better prices out there on other platforms, especially for like Rise of Kingdoms, for instance. It's only going for $146 here. Again, to be fair, different difficulties of the offer itself will obviously influence the price of the offer. And while there are some pretty heavy hitters here, like a Rock and Cash offer for $513, Survivor Idle Run, $259, I'm really hoping they do increase these rates. That's for sure when at least it comes to offers, because when it goes to the survey side, interesting enough, we actually have some fantastic prices, like a 17-minute survey, $3.45, 12-minute survey, $2.72, and so on and on, everyone. As you can see, obviously the prices are going to go down the lower I scroll, but here in Australia, these are average to above average prices. Again, pick and choose obviously the best survey for you. Don't just do one that's like 10 minutes for 10 cents. Obviously, you want to try and get the best outcome for your time. So realistically, I'd target anything over $1 or around 80 cents at the moment. Now, withdrawal wise, we have PayPal, Revolut, and 79 gift cards. Amazon, for instance, is only $2 minimum right now here in Australia. I found that a majority of these gift cards hover around the $5 to $10 minimum mark in my country. Even PayPal is $2 here in Australia minimum, everyone, while Revolut is $5 for anyone that actually uses that. From the 9 surveys I've completed, guys, I've actually managed to generate $15.52 with 2 different cash outs received. And yes, I am happy to say, when I last withdrew on TopSurveys, they did actually come through for me straight away without any issues whatsoever. It really was a solid experience. That's my review on how TopSurveys is going. Hopefully it helps someone out there. Check out my channel for almost 1,000 reviews. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there.